let's start. Let's start with this little challenge. So I'm gonna say a noise, and then you are each gonna try to replicate that noise as best you can. I will as well, and then we'll vote on the best one. So this is 10 pounds of shrimp in like a takeaway Walmart bag falling from 2 feet, 2 feet onto the ground. A 10-pound bag of shrimp
Okay.
on concrete. All right, Sarah. Leslie.
Oh man.
All right.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
I mean, Leslie had a man that was upset about his shrimp, which probably would happen.
It's 10 pounds.
All right.
Expensive shrimp.
Maybe there's no winner. Sarah, what do you got? Give us a sound.
Okay, I think for this one, let's go ahead and do the sound of bubblegum being pulled out of someone's hair. And then the hair is like curved.
Okay. Leslie.
Okay.
All right, it's just.
Oh, that's nice. I think it would go. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I like Sarah's.
Good one.
All right, let's see what we got.
Okay. A New York pigeon falling out of a tree in Central Park.
Right.
That's it.
Nice.
That's good. All right.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, the recovery.
Did it roll down a hill?
Yeah.
The branches.
All right, shall we?
Beautiful. Let's do it.
That was perfect.
Welcome to the Goofball Coalition, the podcast that lives where improv and stand-up collide. And now, here's your hosts, Alex Knight and Sarah Kennedy.
Oh, hey, it's the Goofball Coalition. Yeah, it's the podcast where improv, stand-up, and sketch collide. That's the best part about it now, when we've got 100% more Leslie, which is awesome.
How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
See, now there's three of us. It's hard to say, like, where's the traffic pattern going now? Before it was a back and forth. Now it's a back and forth and forth. I'm Alex. I'm an improviser. Maybe we should say what we are and who we are.
Yeah. And I'm Sarah. I'm a stand-up comedian.
And I'm Leslie, and I'm a sketch artist.
Yeah, and we know we're all so much more than that. But yes, for right now, that is all you are. That is all I am. Cool. So today we have a fun topic, and that is what we're trying to decide who is the best triple threat, the best combination, the best our powers unite of us three. In maybe, I mean, we didn't have any parameters of are they in the biz right now or from the past, whatever. So let's just start maybe throwing them out. Anyone have anything they want to start with or any thoughts on this challenge? Was it hard? Was it easy? Did you do it? Because I don't know if I was able to do it. I have a few that I like a lot, but I want your help to help me narrow it down.
I have a few. I think I have one that's the triple threat.
Oh,
yeah, but
I spent most of my time trying to think of what y'all were gonna say, and then trying to come up with rebuttals. So
the game's played differently here. Great.
Yeah, but there's so many.
Yeah, and then again, so like, what is this? So this triple threat, if we don't know, we're talking about someone that is an improviser, a strong stand-up, as well as a strong sketch performer. And it is hard to find someone that literally does all three. There's a few out there, and so but like there's really powerful people that have like two of them really strong, and I'm almost assuming they could do the third, but I don't have like evidence of it, you know?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess my triple threat would be that.
It's a 2 that you're like, I bet they could.
It's like a 2.5.
But they've done like solo things, right? But I guess that's not stand up.
Can we talk maybe about people that were like close but not there for us yet, or people that you were like digging through and you're like, ooh, yes, but maybe not? I don't know. Do you guys have lists like that? I have a long list.
Yeah, I Tina Fey was one of the ones that I thought was like a 2.2 because she is good at sketch. She's only recently been doing stand up as part of her tour with Amy. Amy's like pushing her to like get up and do like little bits every once in a while for the shows, which I would kill to see. But we used to joke because the Barkers in Times Square used to be like, we got great comedy tonight. We got Dave Chappelle, we got Tina Fey, and we'd be like, Tina Fey doesn't do stand up, so it's widely known that that's the third heat she doesn't have. So
yeah, but you're saying she is now, so she might be.
Give her a year. I don't know. I haven't.
Give her a year to get it strong. Oh, you haven't seen any of it yet. You know she's doing little bits, but you haven't seen any. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's got to be good. Yeah, again, we can make these assumptions. These people, if they're good at two of them, can most definitely do that third one, I'm sure.
Right, yeah.
I can't imagine, if you're good at stand-up and improv, you can't do sketch.
Right.
But it's possible. It's possible. I mean, there's a weird layer of sketch where it is like, I don't know. It's like you're putting on wigs and stuff, and I don't know. Some people might not want to do that. I think most performers would.
Right.
I had like Janine Garofalo or something. Like,
yeah,
she's great.
She's close.
Does she do stand up?
She must in the 90s. Yeah, like that was how she started. Yeah,
that's right. Her, and then she's great.
And she's a great improviser. I think again there. I know she has.
I know she acts. I'm
pretty sure she has an improv background, which means at least she did. But yeah, are they actively doing?
I know a couple of mine have like that improv background, right?
Yeah.
So who's in your miss for you, Leslie?
The one should I lead up to the one I love?
No, do the one that's like not quite there. The one that you was like second place or third place for you.
Well, okay, so some of them I was thinking of was like Eddie Murphy, right?
Sure.
Great sketch. Like if you saw his last SNL hosting,
I hosted it.
Magnifique, so good. Stand up, great. No idea if he improvises, but I'm sure like there are moments he can in movies, right?
Like most of like the Crump stuff from Nutty Professor, isn't that mostly improv? Like all
it's got to be. Yeah,
it's got to be, right? Yeah. So he's like a definite like, I know that's a triple threat.
Yeah, he was on my list.
Yeah. The other one would be who I love is Adam Sandler.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the other thing is I don't know if he does improv again.
He was a stand-up before he got on SNL, so I know that he can do sketch and stand-up, and his
album, acting, his albums, those music. He's like great at music as well. If we're gonna just throw that in there.
Yeah, I mean, because the thing like improv is like they're good at acting and moving on the fly, and like if they're good at sketch, they're probably good at acting, so that's covered. And if they're good at stand-up, I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. So, you got any close ones?
Well, those
close ones.
Oh yeah.
Well, now that we're having this conversation, the one I was going to pick that I'm now realizing is maybe not the best choice is Keegan-Michael Key, because I've seen him do stand-up. He was on This Is Not Happening, which is more of like a storytelling stand-up show, but it was on Comedy Central, and he did great. And then he is, of course, a legendary sketch person and a really great improviser. So I just think for me, he seemed like he was the triple threat.
That might be it.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you blew my mind.
Yeah, I missed him.
Yeah, the Second City like improv guy.
And he even would like go and drop in and do episodes of Whose Line and stuff like that too. So it's like he has documented all three. So that to me seemed like it followed the rules, but
and I never
made up the rules. So who knows?
Yeah, those are documented. All of his are documented. So
I never knew he did stand up. I guess
it's a great story too. It's about when he was 19 and he was trying to help a homeless guy and how it kind of spiraled out of control. But it's cute. It's really funny.
I mean, just even seeing him do like interviews and clips, like his storytelling ability is like great. And so that is, I think, more of a stand-up skill is storytelling. And like, yeah, he definitely has that. Like, he's just nice to listen to and like articulate. Yeah.
And he's an author.
Yeah, he's an author. Show the book.
Oh, yeah. He's the author of this book. His wife.
For the listeners,
that's amazing. It's right there.
Holding up the history of sketch comedy written by Keegan Michael Key. So,
where does like a Steve Martin fall?
See, he was the other one that I thought for sure y'all were going to bring Steve Martin to the table.
Oh, so you got some counterattacks for Steve Martin?
Oh, let me look at my notes. Yeah.
Because definitely stand up, definitely sketch. I don't know about his improv, but I think he has a background. He must.
Yeah.
His GBT gave me the rebuttal for this one, and it's not cute. It's like, well, Steve Martin was legendary, but his stand-up was actually pretty short-lived. And I'm like, yeah, because he perfected the art.
Yeah.
A quadruple threat because he's also a musician. It's crazy.
A banjo player. Yeah. Well, that's what, like Ben Schwartz popped up in my head because I really like his music. And it was like, if we're not talking just about triple threat here, but maybe like we could even extrapolate to like who is, and this is actually an interesting question, like who has a lot of these traits and then also breaks out of that with like fucking music or like, I don't know, making
my next two
plays or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even fuller artists who like can't be even contained in our little comedy triangle and has to break out of it. So yeah, Steve Martin does music.
I've got two that kind of break out.
Yeah, and go for it. What do you got?
Number one, Maya Rudolph.
Oh,
okay.
Man, that's a really good one.
I haven't seen her stand up. That's good.
I mean, that's the thing. That was the other thing where I'm like, I think
gotcha.
That she's done that, or she would be good at it if I haven't seen it. Right. But she came out of the Groundlings. So she's done improv, sketch. She's a writer. She does music, right? She can sing. I guess that's the thing. Like she's good at a variety show. Right. She did a variety show for Fred. So, but that's not quite stand up. It's a variety show hosting.
But it's emceeing, and that is like kind of very similar.
Yeah. That was my weakness. I don't know a lot of and then the other one who I love is Cecily Strong.
Oh yeah.
And she is just
Cecily Strong. I must know them.
She was on SNL, and she's the triple threat. She would be improv, stand up, and improv, sketch, and singing, because she really has a fantastic voice and like musical theater style singing. She's really fantastic.
Yeah, and she did Lily Tomlin's solo show on.
You walked, Alex. I'm just kidding.
Are you angry about it or no? No, so she did Lily Tomlin's solo show that like she had written back in the 70s or 80s. She just did it on Broadway. So she's also really good at like solo work and plays and
so good.
Where's Robin Williams?
That's what I was going to say.
Where's Robin Williams?
That's exactly what I was going to talk about. I think really the people who are listening to this podcast are probably screaming at us that we haven't mentioned.
He might be
Robin
the goat.
He really is. He also jumped on Robin Williams.
Oh,
Robin Williams, yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing? We were saving that for last.
Yeah. I think he's probably the most powerful, of all those things, the most confident, the most bold. Man, who has given the world the most laughs in there? People that have passed, I wonder, like who has jokes per minute, joy per hour, whatever, like giving the world back the most.
To be him.
I mean, that guy's got to be pretty high up there.
Just energy. You know what I mean? Like just goes out there and it's just, although I will say he got a reputation because he get up, and a lot of his stand-up was improvised. He would accidentally steal people's jokes, and like he was known for that. And so then he would get off stage, and if anybody came up to him and was like, "That was my joke," he would just write them a check and be like, "Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I just go into like money. Sorry."
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. He's just like free associating, and so things he's heard, and they come back out of that machine or whatever. That makes sense.
Wow. God, he was so cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think did I already say this out loud? I think he hopped on Whose Line also and did it because I think there was an episode with like he did like the improv piece and all that stuff too. So
yeah, I remember seeing that.
Documented.
Yes.
Documented. Not that Whose Line is the only documentation, but at least it is a televised documentation of.
It is one of the few. Yeah.
Right, and it's like shown a lot, so yeah, it's easier to remember. Other than like one or two stand-up shows or one like random improv shows that people have jumped in on. Nobody knows those things.
And I had a Dave Chappelle for a minute, and like because those sketches when I was younger were like the best. Now but then the stand-up was real good too. But now I don't know.
I don't know anything about the improv.
I don't think I don't know. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't. I mean, no. They all must, like you said. Everyone has probably done a couple improv shows, a couple stand-up shows. But yeah, we're looking for people that have.
And also, like that made me think. You know who I bet is terrible at improv, but would be like eligible for this conversation would be like Jim Carrey. I've got to imagine that he would probably steam pretty bad and not be a good giver and receiver. And so
yeah. Although what's interesting is I was listening to something with Jeff Daniels. And when they did Dumb and Dumber, every take was different. So Jim Carrey would be like, let's do something different. Let's do something different so that we give them, more to choose from. And so it was like, he was very like imaginative and like, kind of like, let's do this. And he said he was a really great partner to be with since he had never done comedy before.
See, I think you're not. I bet like Fire Marshal Bill, Jim Carrey, that young energy, that like Tom Green energy. Yeah, I bet young version wasn't. But now that he's like painter, established actor, doing serious roles, I bet he would be a good listener and a good improviser.
Yeah. And he did that stand up with the arm.
Yeah, he sure did. He did.
And
we do Elvis every night.
Yeah,
and he played another stand-up comedian. He played Andy Kaufman. So like he's doing it on different layers, man. He's all over.
Yeah, he's a triple. That's so funny. He didn't pop up in my mind at first, and literally he may have been the reason I got into comedy. I can't believe he didn't pop into my head. I'm a little embarrassed, and I want to apologize to Jim Carrey.
He's an avid listener of this podcast, so I
knew it.
Cool. Okay. Is there anybody else that we think maybe?
I also had like maybe a David Cross and a Paul F. Tompkins, just because like they really, when I was younger, they spoke to me in their sketches, and then we started doing stand up and like Arrested Development. I'm sure there's a bit of improv in there from David Cross and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I could go with it. I don't know about Paul Tompkins though. I can't. I know. Well, that depends, because if you count like Comedy Bang Bang, the podcast, as like an improvised.
Oh yeah, there's lots of characters and stuff on there.
Yeah, so I wouldn't mind having him be in this conversation.
Yeah. I forgot. There's stuff like podcasts have a lot of improv on them actually, where we can like have documentation of these people.
Right. Yeah. There's Yeah.
Steve Carell doesn't do stand up, right?
He does not. Really,
but I bet he would give a wicked like a graduation speech or something.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
I bet it would be like, good.
Same with Stephen Colbert. I think he would also be really good at stand up. But he doesn't do it.
He would be great at stand up. I mean, he did the Colbert Show, right?
Yeah, he does monologues every night and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Which he probably had a hand in the writing, but it was great. Wow, there's so many. I'm trying to think of any like English actors or anybody in Europe.
Craig Ferguson.
Yeah.
Maybe. How come like British comedians aren't popping in my brain? Pretty Americanized, I guess.
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, but a lot of them I know from like sketch.
Did Rowan Atkinson ever do stand-up? Mr. Bean?
No,
He had
Mr.
a
Bean.
solo show. He had a sketch solo show on stage in Boston. I had the DVD once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
But it was a lot of characters, and
Sure.
it wasn't really stand-up. So no.
All right, good.
The answer is no.
What about like Stephen Fry?
Yeah.
He kind of does all of them.
Because he was with what's his name as the sketch team, right?
Hugh Laurie.
Yeah.
Who's also probably a pretty good example of that, but I don't know if Hugh Laurie did stand up.
Oh, I'd love to see that, though. I bet that'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That's the other part, is all these people that maybe don't do it. I would love to see him do it, because I bet they'd be great at it.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Yeah.
With cutting edge AI technology, we can make it look exactly.
We'll watch. Yeah.
Have you guys had that happen to you, where somebody's like some like field that you're not in, someone's like, oh, I would really like you to do or see you in like improv or see you in sketch or something, and you're like, cool, but because
we say it to each other all the time. I'd really like to see both of you do more stand up.
Yeah,
that's true.
And it was such a treat when we did a thing, yet to be released project, to see Sarah do some improv.
Yeah, I've had that before. Like a lot of times in LA, people are like, I just want to see you do stand up. And I'm like, yeah, but then I have to write things and like jokes have to happen on time.
That's cool. What a cool compliment.
Right.
Great.
It's great.
I want to see your brain like slowed down, not interacting with other people. I just want like, give me those lessons. Yeah.
Just you. Oh.
No, I don't think anyone has ever asked me that they would like to see me do other kinds of comedy. I don't think. Maybe. Again, Sarah has, but yeah.
Well,
Alex is great at stand-up.
Yep, I am.
Great, fantastic. Yeah, thanks.
I won one or two hookah competitions when Rusty was running them at the hookah lounge. It was great.
Oh, ideal.
Sarah, was the last sketch show that you did? I haven't done sketch.
The one we did for the Funny Fiesta a couple years ago. I wrote a bunch of sketches. I don't remember if I was really in any, because I was also the head writer. So trying to just corral everybody was my main job. But we did. Yeah,
I'm just realizing we're maybe accidentally like, which one of us is the strongest triple threat?
Right.
Oh, I mirrored my thing, so now I can point to the right direction.
Now you can really point.
Yeah.
Because apparently Leslie had them rolling in the aisles when she.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Undocumented.
In YouTube comments.
Actually, it's documented. I have it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yours is on YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is documented.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna look that up.
Probably be the best 8 minutes I'm ever gonna be doing.
I mean, can we just pop it up in the podcast and play it? Might be too vulnerable. All right. Was there anyone else on this list? Did we get them all? Is there someone that is screaming at us right now?
I know. Somebody want to chime in?
You know, it was kind of in the same vein as Robin Williams, so I didn't want to bring up, because I think she took it seriously in a different way. It was like Whoopi Goldberg also did stand-up and sketch, but I don't know really about the improv-ness of Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Did Roseanne Barr ever do sketch?
I don't know.
She did do sketch, because she hosted SNL with Tom.
Oh yeah. I guess, is that count almost? Yeah, anyone that's hosted it like was in some sketches and did them, and we can gauge whether they were good or not for sure. Yeah.
Oh my God, the name just fell out of my brain.
Describe the face.
Whoopi Goldberg. Oh, Martin Short.
Oh yeah.
And Dana Carvey was on my list for a minute, but like, yeah, definitely not the most powerful.
Right.
But yeah, both those guys are probably like they're lower tier triple threats.
Yeah. Because like I don't know if Martin Short has ever had like a stand-up, but he can absolutely do improv and sketch. I mean, Jiminy Glick is improv.
Everything from the last, when he was just covering for Jimmy Kimmel and he got to be Jiminy Glick like 3 or 4 times during the week. It was
so weird. Yeah, that was so fun. Yeah.
So good. God.
All right, friends.
Willie Mays just died.
Yeah, this is the best part. keep it together. Like, it's so funny. That's the best.
Oh, triple threat. It's very interesting, this convo.
I can't wait to see who our listeners come up with. If there's anybody that we're just actively missing, then I want to hear all about it. So we'll actually put a poll on this episode and see what people come up with somebody else. But
that'd be very interesting, because I think what we're having a hard time is just not knowing. Like,
maybe John Mulaney and Nick Kroll could also be mentioned here too.
I thought John Mulaney. I didn't think of Kroll, and I should have. He's great.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
Well, and again, there's probably someone in the past like that is like a Fred Astaire or some shit, like, you know, someone from back in the day that was really
some Greek philosopher.
Some Greek, yeah.
Well, I was thinking too, like that Sid Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know too much about him. I just know that him and Imogen Coca had like a cool variety show, which could have been all of that at once.
Yeah. So then you kind of get like, also from Sid Caesar's show of shows, they're all like Mel Brooks and other people who were also in that writing room also did all that stuff too. So they all wrote. And they all performed in some form of fashion, but a lot of that predates even what we understand to be like the modern established improv like way, and also a lot of like stand-up was still kind of figuring itself out at that time too. So,
and you know what, the actual triple threat right now, I bet, is some motherfucking TikToker. There is some kid somewhere, someone that is just like so good at all these things, and they're probably producing all three of them as well on like channels and stuff.
And editing and all of it.
And on top of that, on top of that, there's like the ability to actually like control how your media gets out instead of just being a back in the day performer or whatever. Yeah.
Well, can't wait to meet them.
Did you say her, him, or it's all right, go ahead. Cool.
It could be anybody.
It could be anyone.
Welcome to segment 3. This is just usually where we kind of tie up any loose ends or introduce any fun things happening outside of just the podcast. And one of them is we have a new addition to our Patreon. You can now you can stake your claim and claim Team Sketch as part of our Patreon. So Leslie, that's your team.
Team Sketch.
So you're in charge of filling your roster up.
Oh man, yeah.
People,
let's do it.
$1 a month shows that support.
Boom.
Perfect.
Those are quintessential Sketch taglines. No, they're not.
This comes out in 2 weeks. So what's everybody got going on? What can you plug?
I mean, just like on a side thing, I'm going to say that's kind of fun is the improv group, the show, and like our little bit of a community around that has us all started playing pickleball together, and it's super cool to see. Going back to ideas of triple threats, doing different things, it's so cool to see these people that do this thing really well to go over here and start to explore this new thing together.
Yes.
And yeah, just a reminder that like for me, seeing all these lessons that we do on stage also apply to sports in so many ways. The idea of, like connection and passing and energy. And I don't know, it's just really neat to see us applying new skills in a cool way as a team.
Yeah.
Are people good at pickleball?
Some are good at pickleball. Yeah. And everyone, no one's bad. It's interesting, yeah, but some of us are, picking it up fast. Like again, it's like there's just similar muscles doing comedy and sports, just being present and looking for things and stuff. So like there is the hand-eye is the only thing that might not translate, but we're pretty good. We got it.
We're good.
You want to come? Have you ever played, Sarah? If you want to come?
No, I've never played, but I've seen it. It looks like big ping pong or small tennis, and I appreciate
big ping pong, small tennis. Yeah.
It's a really good way of saying it. Yeah.
We had a comedian softball team last year, and we were miserably bad. We got 10-run ruled within 3 innings, single game we played, and it was not good for morale, but it was really funny. So,
That one, that seems like in a lot of ways a harder sport. Pickleball.
It is a harder sport, but it's intramural.
So when you actually catch a ball that's coming at your face with a glove, and like you have to hit a ball flying with another bat.
Yeah, who runs? Like you have to run.
Not me, I'll tell you. Because even when I got
Although
on
I've always wanted to start a group called Sports, where we just play sports, and you don't have to be good or bad at it, and you do tennis or basketball or badminton, and we can all just get together. And it's called Sports.
I want to do like a park day where we play recess games. That would be a really fun one too.
Yeah, I want to play.
Maybe that's the one where we mush everybody together and we get everybody out.
That'd be so fun.
A big game of capture the flag at like Roosevelt Park or something.
God, that's so fun. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
You're running.
There's little running, but there's a lot more strategy. There's it's.
You can guard the jail.
All right.
Yeah. Well, every Friday and Saturday down on 2nd and Gold. Check us all out. Yep. We got stand-up and improv shows happening all the time. I think by this point, when this airs, we'll be just about ready to announce the Funny Fiesta line.
Cool.
Which is exciting.
Very cool.
And anything else?
Just, come get some comedy.
How are those cake shows going? You start those cake shows?
But by the time this airs, not yet.
They're going to be,
but soon. They'll be starting Friday at 7:30 p.m. at Cake Nightclub, which is now called Fuzzy Bunny, down on Central, right before 6th Street. But they're cool now. We've got really great headliners coming in from out of town. They've been on TV and stuff. But once I think Ex Novo opens, it's going to be like this really great like night out on the town where it's like you can start at this brand new great brewery that has amazing food. Come down.
Where's that at?
It's going to be in the old Firestone building, catty corner. A really big new project, and they're almost done with it. They were supposed to be done with it this month, but they had to scooch it back a little bit. So downtown's got some really cool stuff on the horizon, and I always love downtown. So
downtown,
making our way to downtown, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
That's that song.
That is a song that fits contextually into what we're talking about. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, I think we've really come to the end of the line on this one, but I really appreciate all the people out there listening. I really appreciate you, and I'm really excited for all of our futures. We just have so much. All right.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.